How early it is for you? I'm able to talk, not talk in the mic. Okay. First, thanks all for being here. This is going to be another interesting weekend. We have a bunch of people who cleared PMP are here. Hey, PMP guys. Okay, nice to have Vinay and Madhulata who recently cleared the examination. First, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Shri.
Shri.
Great. I'm sure
Congrats,
feeling
Vinay.
nice to know. Happy to see people who come back after you clear the examination. Specifically, I messaged today Madhulata. Can you give some tips on the exam part? So
But
understand
I
that. Also,
planned before only Shri to attend. I mean,
okay.
yeah.
That's good. Good. Thanks for giving this back because we have people who listen live. There are some people who listen the recording. So there could be some benefit for them. So this is the Q&A session, or we call it as a Sunday prayers, where we meet and we talk about how things are moving. One critical thing about this PMP exam is, however you read, you may not know whether you're ready for the exam. So you always have this confusion. You may talk to your friend. Your friend will explain, hey, this is all the points. After keeping the call down, you don't know whether to believe what this guy said. Because your case study is totally different. Your friend case study is totally different. Even though we all work in the same model of corporate and the family, traffic, all are same. But when it comes to preparation, each individual is unique in nature. Today we listen to Vinay and Madhulata. Definitely we'll find some difference because our life is totally different on each other. So point of conducting this program is you may get some hint from the people who certified. That will help the people towards examination. Yeah, that's a point here. On top of that, to address a topic on every Sunday and go through some questions. That's what the point here is. Okay. So once again, thanks a lot for the people being here, and we will start with success. Right? We'll talk about the success. So as I was messaging Madhulata, we'll listen to her how it is, and again we'll come to Vinay to talk about how his success is. Right. So Madhu, first of all, congratulations, and I'm sure you feel relieved.
So
Bit.
much Shri.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
Okay, so quick ask from you. What was your background in the sense of how it PMP helping you?
yes, Shri. Basically, I'm a chemistry. I'm a chemistry, background actually, but I moved into project management 5 years back. So that time,
Nice.
from that time, I was planning for PMP, but I never touched my book and I have never gone for any training also. So
Okay,
in the
okay.
month of July, in the LinkedIn, I've seen one of my colleague cleared PMP and ShriLearning. So
Okay.
then I reached out to her. So I should say she was inspired to me. So
Nice, right? Good, good. I think
yeah,
that's good, right? Somebody inspires and you get motivation. Good
yeah,
to know. So 2023 is the most memorable year for you right now, isn't it?
definitely, Shri. So because I have 2 kids actually, so I thought it's very difficult to manage with kids, family, and work. So
Yeah, true,
I've never
true, true,
attempted. So
true.
whomever I reached, they used to say, no, PMP is very difficult. You have to work for 6 months at least minimum, hard work. So
Okay, okay.
I was struggling. So
I
I never
understand.
given a try.
I understand. Is your friends correct when they say tough? Do they
No,
mean
Shri.
correctly? No, it's not
No,
tough.
now I feel it's not that easy, but it's not that difficult also.
No.
If I
Very
am
true,
able
correct.
to do, I feel that every can do because I have 2 kids, which are small kids, not grown-up kids. So
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
take care of them and family.
Yeah. That's a great job. Actually, being a mom and preparing, it's not easy stuff.
Yes.
Good job. So congratulations once again.
Thank you so
Now
much.
tell about your close to the exam, last 1 week. How
So
was
that
it?
was very, I think like how anxiety I was like, I'm a kind of person who takes stress for everything. So it's not only for PMP. I mean, regular work also, I take a lot of stress. So that was
Okay,
my
okay.
negative thing
Did you,
actually.
did
So
you slept well in the last few days towards
no,
exam?
not at all. Even still, I'm struggling to sleep. Actually, I got used for that life now. I'm struggling to sleep now as well.
Okay. Okay. So I know the scores are very high when you started your
Yes,
preparation.
yes, Shri.
When I say very high, you are a good top level in the first full
Correct,
exam.
Shri. So
And
my
again, there
first
was a
mark was
drop.
79. Correct.
79. I said, wow, that's good. You're ready for the exam. And again, in the score suddenly went down, like a share market had dropped down, right?
Yes,
And
Shri.
was it a shock for you when your score went down?
Really, I was like, because I did complete analyzing. So I used to take my mark on Saturday. I used to take
Okay.
2 to 3 days for analyzing. I spent a lot of time on analyzing, but still I don't know where I was losing
Where
things.
you missed. Okay.
Yeah,
Then how you recovered, how you came back?
history. Then I don't know. I have again, like, so after completing my reading, like Rita 10 and Agile. So again, I've gone to all your videos. So all 11 days I've again listened, complete four
Okay.
hours of each day.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there
That's
I was
nice.
able to pick up because
Mm,
when you was giving, so that time I was not aware of all the things, right? So
mm,
first of all, I was not knowing what is agile, what is incremental, iterative, nothing
Okay.
knowledge on that. So when
Nice.
I listened to your classes first, maybe I might have taken 30 to 40%. I'm not sure, at least 50%.
Yeah, that happens. Usually it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah,
Yes.
good to know that, Lada, you came back and you scored well. Now, people listening this video, if you want to tell how to improve the scores, any tips you have for them?
Yes, Shri. So I would suggest at least like after completing the mark, please do proper analyzing. At least you spent, I mean, I would suggest at least 2 to 3 days of analyzing. So not
Mm,
only wrong answers, you have to go for right answers also. Because sometimes we may choose it correct, but we may
mm,
be not pretty much sure that is correct or wrong. So I
mm.
would suggest to analyze all the answers
Okay.
and
Okay.
then,
That's a good point. That's a good point. So
yeah,
analyzing the questions very well, both right and
Shri.
wrong answers.
Yes, Shri.
And I believe you took a lot of short exams also. Is this
Yeah, I
true?
have taken 40 and 60. So when my fourth mark was very less, so I stopped taking complete marks as you suggested. I was completely like
Yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah. I saw your score. I said, hold on, let's not go full
So
exam.
actually, November first week, you asked me to go for the exam within 10 days. But
Yeah.
after, like, think November end, you said, no, you have to extend your exam, not in December also. You have to go beyond that. So,
Yeah, the score went down. Something is going wrong. Somewhere we are missing.
yes, history. So then
Okay.
I concentrated on 60 marks.
Okay.
That
Nice one.
helped me actually. Again, 60 marks I was able to score.
Very good. Very good. That's a good point. Thanks, Madhulata. So point is you be consistent on your question preparation
Yes,
and
true.
analyze the question deeper
Yes,
and
true.
don't give up when the score goes down. When you
Correct.
analyze, chances are it can come back again. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a point.
So what
Now
I've
talk
done
about
again,
them.
I've read all the books. I mean, not completely, but I've just gone through all of the things. And as I
Ah,
mentioned earlier, I've gone through your videos and whatever notes I've taken in the class. So I went through all the notes. So that helped
fantastic.
me in the marks again.
Super, super, Madhulata. Great. And we're really happy for your success. Any other points you want to give to the people who are listening?
Yes, Shri. I would say like don't memorize anything. So nothing will help if you memorize. So even if you remember, I was also thinking like before exam day also that night I was so many things are there still pending. So I was flipping my papers and all, but nothing will help over there. So when I was sleeping, also so many things used to come in my like sleep also that what is there in that page or what is that some time I was not able to recall actually. So that time I used to feel a little bad, but don't memorize anything. So please try to understand the process. Nothing will
Hmm.
help you if you memorize.
That's a
So
good point. That's a good
yeah,
point.
yeah,
And I was saying that when you go to exam hall, your subconscious mind start working. Uh,
yes,
uh,
Shri.
is it happen in the exam hall?
Definitely, Shri. It helped a lot actually. So, but first 30, 40 questions, I was very anxious. And
Hmm.
actually,
Hmm.
I took almost 90 minutes for my first 60 questions. I have actually planned to finish in 70 minutes, but I took almost 90 minutes.
Okay, okay. That happens, I believe. The first set
Yes.
of questions, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I've taken
Yeah,
the break. So I've taken some dry fruits, chocolates. So I was pretty much
yeah.
okay after that.
Okay. The invigilator will be watching, right? In middle of the
Yes,
exam,
Shri.
this woman is enjoying chocolates.
Yeah, actually, I had cough also, so I was thinking this girl is still coughing and eating chocolate, but I didn't bother. I
Yeah.
that to
It's
know
not
not much time also, so I was eating very very fast.
quickly.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, yeah. If somebody don't know, I keep saying that people going to the exam have some chocolates in the break. Not much, at least 1 or 2. The reason is it gives that energy. Your chocolate gives more quick recover of energy in the exam hall because you get a bit exhausted. As you know that our brain is the one organ in the whole body which takes a lot of energy. It eats a lot of energy. That in an exam hall, you get super tired and exhausted. It's not always chocolate. You can take orange juice also, but chocolate is the easiest way of consuming things. Yeah, that's a point. Super, super. That's a great to know.
Yeah, so
Yeah, go
mainly
ahead.
it was on people domain only, if I would say. So many
Mm.
things was on communication management, stakeholder management, and I had many questions on conflict management as well, Shri. So
That's a tricky, right? Tricky questions to answer.
yeah,
Okay, nice
but
to
I
know.
felt comparing to ShriLearning, final mark is very easy.
Is it good we have to keep a toughness or you have to reduce the toughness?
No, you should keep it that, Shri. Otherwise,
Okay.
no, you should maintain that.
Okay. So what we say here is we make you to prepare for Olympics.
Correct.
And you go and play, it'll be a normal Asian games or local games where you can play. So you prepare for Olympics. That's what we kept ShriLearning level high to prepare for it. Good job, you did.
Yes.
Amazing. Thanks a lot
So
for
when I
giving this
submitted,
input.
so I had 8 minutes. So as I mentioned to you, I've submitted before 8 minutes only. I didn't want it to take tension, so
Extended.
I just submitted.
All right. So you saw the result when he came out of the room.
Yes, Shri, he has given the printout. I have read that pass, but still I was asking that guy again, please, sure, right? I'm passed, right? So I can see that on the paper, but still I was asking him, can you please confirm?
I'm sure you read the paper at least 2-3 times.
Yes, Shri, I read it, but still that's what no one is there with me, right? At least if my family is there, I could have asked them to read it again, but
Okay, it's a hard work from you.
yes.
All right, great, Madhura. Thanks a lot. So I appreciate the inputs. That is, analyzing the question properly is
Yes.
important, and don't try to memorize the
Yes.
lines, but
Yes.
understand it. But
Try
by
to
understanding,
understand.
certain lines we have to know that. For example, what is work breakdown structure,
Correct.
or how a PERT works. You have to remember the formulas that you
Yeah,
cannot.
that's why I would suggest like to go for glossary, PMBOK glossary and Agile. That helps a lot. I mean, at
Very
least
good.
to understand the process.
Very good.
And
Amazing.
then I've gone through all these assignments. I've taken the printouts. So whenever I used to revise that printouts. I mean, assignments. So that helped a lot.
Right. So looking at the recording again,
Yes.
going through the printouts and some of the notes what you've taken,
Yes.
and taking short exams and analyze the question deeper.
Yes.
Don't get worried when the score goes down. Take
Yes.
time to analyze. Definitely you can come back on the scores.
Yes.
And don't memorize the content. Try understanding the depth of why that particular content is there. Yeah,
Don't
that's
simply go for what is input on output and all. Don't worry about that at all. So
nice. Good to know. And remember to have chocolates in the exam hall. Okay.
And I did not get even one mathematical question, but I should say that you should know at least. So they give the questions on CPI and SPI, but if you don't know what is CPI and SPI, you will get struggle. Though there is no direct mathematical equations, but try to at least understand that formulas. That helps.
Super, Madhurita. So once again, congratulations and a good round of applause from everyone here. You did a good job, and thanks for coming back and giving this inputs. At least 1 or 2 people get that motivation from you when you say that, hey, I have family, I have my office, I'm still able to read that, do it. And you've showed to the world, yes, it's possible. Yeah, that's important. Nice. Thanks again.
Thank you so much for your motivation and support, Shri. Otherwise, I would have not done this.
Super. I remember the day before the exam, your breathing was pretty high. And you said, Shri, I couldn't read. I think we've spoken.
After talking to you, then I went for a walk and came. Then I was little okay.
Yeah, I know that. I was in the middle of office, then I saw a message, and I can sense that you are out of control. Then
I was about to cry, Shri. Tears was coming in.
I remember that I was there the 5-10 minutes I was in the call. I can sense your voice is not really good. You are not in a mode.
Yes,
I remember seeing the message. I felt that she's totally down. If you don't talk now, she won't go to exam tomorrow. So yeah, it happens not only to you. There are many people. Some express it, some don't express it. Some we keep within them. It gets suffocating for them, and they feel very tired. I keep saying to many people, as Modelu said, exam is not tough. It's pretty moderate exam. Just you have to be yourself. That's what it is. Yeah.
If you completely understand the process, it is not at all difficult, Shri.
Fantastic. Have party, celebrate it, and
Yes,
enjoy
Shri.
with your family.
I just came from party now.
Oh.
We went for lunch.
Okay, great. Thanks again, once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
And then that's Madhulata. So we have one more person here. Today it's a bonus day, and we have two people. Vinay, would you like to talk? How is it for you? First,
Sure, Shri.
congratulations, Vinay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Whatever Madhulata says, everything is very true,
Uh-huh.
right? And we have been hearing it from the past participants also who have cleared the exam. Okay. So something more to add, right? Onto it. I'll just talk about my experience in the test center. Okay.
Sure.
I reached my test center, which is in Pune, 1.5 hours early, actually. Not 1 hour
Oh.
early, but 1.5 hours early. And as soon as I reached, the receptionist, she said that we have a system free. Would you like to begin your test? Or do you want to wait? Now,
That's a
obviously, I was
tempting.
all, yeah, so I was all psyched up, pumped up. I said, I'm not going to wait. I'll say, let's go.
Let's
And
go.
so yeah, so that's what happened. Okay, so I started my exam early, and thankfully I ended also right early in the sense with the
Mm,
meeting duration. So that was one thing. Second thing is about jewelry. Okay, they will inspect your jewelry if you're wearing anything. Okay, anything which
mm,
has stones studded or diamond studded, they will ask you to remove it and keep it in the locker along with your bag. So don't wear too many jewelry, rings, even what's on your around your neck. If it's a big locket or something, they might ask you to remove it. Okay,
mm,
so ensure that
mm,
you don't wear much jewelry. Third thing is right. I was just putting my bag inside. I took out my jacket, saying, "Okay, fine. It's 4 hours exam. I don't know
mm.
what's the temperature going to be." And usually, when you're nervous, you feel that cold, that chill,
Cold.
right?
Mm.
And I did read that you need to dress up in layers. So I said, "Okay, fine. I will take a jacket with me." So when I took out my jacket, she said, "No jacket allowed." Okay, so thankfully I had a t-shirt and underneath my shirt, so I was pretty comfortable. But yeah,
Mhm,
so be prepared for that. They may not allow additional layer of clothing.
mm,
Okay,
mm.
so just these are some small things just to make you comfortable. Okay,
No, that's true, Vinay. That's a valuable point because some people, what's the purpose of doing this is when you put jewelries, they doubt we have some lens in that which can help you to record the content running. When I went to exam years back, they asked me to take off my specs and they scanned it to check any lens specifically fixed it. See, when one of the certificate is a world top certificate, definitely there is a misbehavior happening in the exam hall. So they try to protect it. That also depend on the country. If you go to some country, the jewelry part, they don't check it, they just leave it free. In some places, they go very strict on those areas. They ask you to take off your all your wearings and your pocket should be empty pocket. But I like the point when I mentioned, I think that should be mentioned to many people. At least wear some full t-shirts when you go, so that if they don't allow you a jacket, at least it's a t-shirt or a shirt which is a full can protect you in the room. I think that's a good point.
exactly,
That's a
exactly.
good point.
Then the other thing is manage your breaks well. Okay, when I say manage your breaks well, you get a 10-minute break after the 60 questions, right? Um, do not take the entire 10 minutes. Okay, I learned it the hard way. I mistimed my break and I lost a minute. I'll tell you the reason why. My first break started, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take the entire 10 minutes. Okay, so I went out and I had everything. I had a banana, I had a cold coffee, I was relaxed, pretty relaxed. Went to the restroom. When I came inside, I found there was a queue. Now understand that there's only one examiner and there'll be many people taking the exam. Some will be coming
Mhm.
out of the exam room, some will be going inside the exam. Now, each time you come out of the exam room, they will again check your ID card. They will ask you to wear something around your neck. They'll give you a lanyard. When you're going inside, they will again repeat the procedure wherein they will ask you to empty your pockets, again check your specs, turn around, then roll up your sleeves, and then open up your collar, everything. So right, and again there was one person right ahead of me, and there was another person coming out. So there was a kind of a jam in between. So that took time. Okay, and so instead of taking 10 minutes break, try to take 5 to 6 minutes break, anticipating that there might be a queue when you re-enter the room again.
That's a
So
valuable point. That's a valuable point. So you were relaxed until the break. When you went back inside, your relaxation
yeah,
went out, pressure added.
exactly, exactly. So mine was so the other way around. Okay, so my break was more stressful, I would say. So because
Okay.
as soon as I entered, now when you enter again, re-enter after the break, right? Your screen is locked up. So the examiner will again put their credentials, and as soon as he entered the credentials, I could see the timer had already started. So I think I lost
Mm.
around 1 minute. Okay.
Ah,
But
okay.
yeah, I was able to manage my time well. I had gone up with a plan of 80 minutes, 75 minutes, and 75 minutes. That was my
Mm.
breakup. And I was able to do it on time. Okay, but just that 1 minute went in the break, extra 1 minute. So I was a
Mm.
bit, so I was a bit more focused. I said, okay, I learned my lesson. The second break is going to be much shorter. So,
Mm.
so that's the
Okay.
thing.
That's a good
And
point, valuable point.
Thank you. And yeah, as Madhulata mentioned, it's all about people domain, agile domain, hybrid questions. More of the questions will be on resources. They are going on leave in the middle of the sprint. What do you do? Okay, the
Mm.
three, four
Mm.
questions were all on those scenarios. And other
Mm.
questions were about stakeholder management, right, wherein they have concerns about the value being delivered or what
Mm.
kind of, or they are not receiving any proper communications and so on. So, okay, so mostly on this people
I
management,
understand.
agile, and stakeholder. And yeah,
All
match
right.
the following questions for four. Okay, and yeah, no formula questions. So
Okay.
even though you had revised the formulas, okay, they were handy just to understand, but there were no formula questions. Okay, so
Okay.
that erasable pad that they gave, it was practically empty. Nothing was there that I was able to. We are supposed to
And so
calculate.
surprised, Unai and Madhulata both did not get math. Math was happening for last 8, 9 months. Many people started getting 2, 3 questions, but it looks surprising they're not doing it
Like
now.
math in the sense the CPI, SPI were given and they were asked your interpretation. Okay, what do you
Interpretation, yeah,
think?
that's what it is.
Interpretation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or there is a usually the PERT question comes in with a calculation, but look like that is not happening.
Yes, thankfully that
Hmm.
did not happen. Yeah, we were ready for that. Right.
Okay.
One more important thing, right? When you enter the exam room, they give you that erasable pad and some markers.
Hmm.
Okay, and then she was like, "Do not start writing on the erasable pad unless your timer starts."
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
there are people who, as soon as they get inside,
Start
something is on their mind,
writing.
they want to write. But she said, "Don't write it; you'll be disqualified." And
Yeah.
whatever you write, don't clean it up, just leave it as is. Get
Hmm.
the erasable pad at the end of your exam, we will erase it for you. I said, fine, fine enough.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, so
Strict
this was
rules.
my experience. Yes, very strict, actually very strict, but they're
Yep.
very professional. All
Mm.
right.
Mm.
Yeah,
They won't smile. They won't tell any, express anything when the results are given. If
correct.
you even ask what is the result, they won't even look at you. They'll say, "Look at this paper."
Yeah,
They
yeah,
won't
yeah.
talk to
So
you.
they just, when I came out, the paper was already ready. They had just kept it on the counter. Okay, so I
Okay.
just took the paper with my passport, and that's it. Okay.
Nice.
One other thing is, yeah. So you're going to carry your e-tables, right, with you. And they gave me the locker. I said, where do I put my e-tables? Then they were
Mm.
like, okay, do one thing, right? Put everything, whatever e-tables you have, take it outside your backpack. Push the backpack inside the locker, and then
Mm.
put your e-tables outside. Okay, so as soon as
Mm.
you open the locker, you should be reaching out for your e-tables. You're not supposed to open the bag again during your break.
Mm. Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so that was the thing. Okay, yeah. So nothing else. I would say, yeah. So pretty comfortable. I was happy. Right. Yeah, and what is more important is it's all battle of nerves. Okay, the exam is just a battle of nerves. Concentrate on your breathing. Okay, that's what helped me. I took deep breaths after a
Mhm.
couple of questions, and I was smiling to myself. You force a smile on your face, the stress goes
Uh-huh.
away. Okay,
Uh,
so these two things help me. Okay, obviously, then again, the mocks are always there, and the reviews and the postmortems that you do after each mock, that
Yeah.
that is going to be there. But these two things, right, deep breathing and right, the smiling in between for no reason, you smile. Okay, the stress goes away.
Okay.
Right? Examiner will be wondering what are you doing? Are you
That the
reading
guy
a book
next
or
to you keep
something?
looking at you, right? The guy next
No,
to you
no,
keep looking. This guy's smiling.
those are cubicles. So you are in your own space, but then the examiner would be watching you, I think, from the webcam, and she might be thinking, "What is this guy doing? Is he reading a joke or something?" But then that was my kind of like a coping mechanism, right?
That's a good suggestion. I like that. Keep smiling at yourself. Huh?
Yeah. Keep smiling at yourself.
Good, Vinay. Good, Vinay. Vinay, one question to you. I observed that your scores are really good while you're practicing. So, what made you to be consistent on the scores? What's the trick of reading the question?
Trick of reading the question: you read a question once, come
Mm.
down. Out of four, you can eliminate two easily. Then again, go back, read the second time, then come down, and out of the two, you choose one. Okay, so that is the method I was trying to consistently follow. Right. And again, frankly, I have an IT services background, and
Mm.
I'm totally into agile. I'm a practicing Scrum Master also.
Mm. Okay.
So it helped me. So it was for me. It was right the day-to-day scenarios that I undergo. Right, those were the question scenarios.
I
So
understand.
uh,
I understand. That's good. That's a good point. Elimination technique, because I have seen you always good at the score where you are. From the day one of a preparation, I've never seen you going down and stuff. It was so consistent. And that's a good preparation. Really good job, Vinay. I like the points what you say in the exam hall. I think it's going to help many people because we could not get the picture of how the exam hall look like. But also it depends on continent and country. A little bit variation will be there. But the point about the food, I like that because when some time back, they don't allow the food to be kept in the locker because when somebody open the locker, there is a chance you pick up your mobile. There is a chance you book up your small slip where you have all the answers noted down. So they don't allow that to be opened. But it's good to hear from Vinay now. They're allowing, but still the food should be kept in the front of the locker, isn't it? When you open, that should be the first item to come out. Okay,
yes,
that's
definitely.
that's a that's a good point. I like the point, but one other point I'll add it for some of you. It may help because there was one woman who went for the examination. The monitor height was not properly adjusted. So, being sometime you are not at that height, and she couldn't adjust the seat properly. So she had to sit bit like this and keep looking at the monitor. She started developing the neck pain after 1 hour, and it started disturbing her answering ability. Now, why I'm saying this is when you go to and sit in the seat, first check everything is good. Like check your monitor, seat adjustments. Before you click a start button, do all this process. Or there is something called headset. You can wear the headset so that you don't get noise from other people who are typing. Like when I mentioned, somebody laugh pretty loud. So they laugh themselves for every question. What a question, yay! So you get disturbed. So wear noise reduction headsets that you can check with them. So before the exam starts, make sure everything is good. It's called DOR. What is DOR? We read in Agile.
Definition of readiness.
Definition of
Definition
readiness.
of ready.
Definition of readiness. Don't do in the middle of the exam. Be prepared. Like when I said, check everything, get ready. Then you start. Then you can be happy in the exam. Yeah, that's a point. All right, good. Nice, Vinay. That's a good point. I think Hitesh has a question for you. Yes, Vinay. Hitesh.
Yeah, Vinay, thanks so much for bringing that so much insights and congratulations to you. Just wanted to check one thing. I do have a habit of reading a loud question. So is that okay while we are answering question at the test center? Does that disturb or is that prohibited?
It is prohibited in the sense that you never know, someone might complain. Okay.
Okay,
Because the cubicles are very nearby.
okay,
And I think since this is the end of the year, you expect the exam center to be full.
yeah,
Okay, so practically each system would be full. Someone or the other will be giving various type of exams. Okay, it may not be even PMP. Okay, so some may complain. Okay, personally, I don't like to hear any voice from anyone. Okay, so I'll be the first one complaining if someone is reading loudly. Okay, okay, so you can murmur, right? But yeah, try to practice without
Yeah.
reading it too loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not too loud, but yeah, murmuring. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I.
Murmuring is fine. When I took exam, there was a college student taking TOEFL or GRE, and this guy was something like this, reading the question loud and also keep shaking like this. look like a haunted movie I'm watching next to the guy. This guy was keep on doing like this and keep reading the question. What the hell this guy is doing, man? But yeah, if I don't feel it as a problem. It was a fun for me watching at him gives relaxation, and again I start working on my question. So it's up to you. But when I say it is correct, if somebody raise a complaint, then they will come and warn you. At least once or twice I warn you. Third time they say we stop your exam. So that can happen. Okay, that's a good question. All right. So Vinay, any final tips for the people? What to do for the preparation? Anything on top of your mind?
Nothing. I mean, I think there are a lot of tips you have been giving. Just follow those. Okay, those are like guru mantras, right? Right. Just keep following those. Okay, you don't need more tips. Okay, just be consistent and just be
Consistent.
confident. Yeah, keep
Mm.
chanting that I am PMP, I can do it. I am PMP, I can do it. Okay, I used to even chant that during the exam, during the break, while eating. Okay, so that mental positiveness, right?
Okay.
That really helps. Okay. Just the
Okay.
background.
That's a self-talk. You keep saying to yourself
Yeah,
that,
self
yeah,
motivation.
all right, fantastic. Super, Vinay. Once again, thanks a lot for coming up here and giving those valuable points. I appreciate it. All right, that's Vinay. By the way, we took 2 success information today. Was it useful for the people who are here for the examination?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Pretty useful, right? So let's give a round of applause and congratulations to 2 of the winners here, Vinay
Thank you
and
guys.
Madhulata. Thanks a lot coming up here and giving those points. It goes back to the people here. I would recommend people once you get certified, please come back here and talk about how things went on. We don't know which point triggers another person, right? So some line, some information triggered somebody. Okay, let me do this. So that's very important. All right, guys. Thanks a lot again. Okay, then time to get to the subject. We have some subject to talk today. What is the subject today? Do anyone know that? What are you going to talk?
Change management.
Change management. Okay, nice. So what I do is I'll bring up the content and we'll talk for a few minutes, and then we will get into the question also. We have question also to discuss, questionnaire session. First, ask with the people, do you think change is possible in a well-planned project?
Yes.
Yes,
Is it possible?
possible.
But we have well-planned, right? Then why change should come in?
There are some uncertainties which might bring that
because of
change.
external environment.
That's good. That's good. So you are telling that there could be uncertainty which will come in the plan what you made already, which can divert your plan. So you have to change it. Is it this is the way I'm understanding?
Yes. Yes.
Nice, nice. And I also heard a word from dependency. Do anyone say about dependency? Is there any dependency will impact the project of deliverables? Will it have impact?
The environmental
Yes.
factors.
Possible, right? Possible, highly possible. Now, rightly said here, even though you plan well, chances are something can come in which can make you to do some corrective action, preventive action. Most of the time, change management starts as a reactive way. Are we reacting to something in change management? We are reacting to something has happened. Is it so?
Yes.
Now, what I do?
Yes.
I'll bring some content. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It happens. So now, are you seeing the screen, what I'm sharing? Are you getting the
Yes.
screen, what I'm sharing? Yeah,
Yes.
you're getting it,
Yes.
right? Okay, quickly. First ask with you, in a project, when a project is moving towards beginning of the project, middle of the project, or execution is happening and deliverable is going to happen. Now, who will be responsible for the changes in a project? Who can be responsible?
Any
All
stakeholder can be.
it depends on situation.
Depends on
Project manager.
situation.
Project manager.
Project manager. Okay, I see this person. Project manager responsible. Why project manager is responsible? Because this person knows most of the constraints in project management. Is it true?
Yes.
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 How many constraints are in project management?
6.
6 constraints.
All right, very good. So scope, schedule, budget. Top of that, you have few more constraints like, what are they? risk,
Quality,
quality. What is the other one?
resources.
Resources. Right? Yeah, risk is also marked here. Now, why this picture brought down to you is when you talk about responsible, a responsibility may not rely with one person. As a citizen of this country, I am responsible to keep my streets and places clean. Is it my responsibility as a citizen? Is it responsibility? Yeah, it is, right?
Yes.
Yes.
How about accountability? Have you heard the word accountability?
Yes.
So when I say accountability, is it little above than responsibility?
Yes.
Somebody's accountable.
Yes.
So now, when I say accountability, chances are the managers will be more accountable for changes initiated, changes analyzed, changes executed. When it comes to responsibility, there is a high chance every person whom you call as a stakeholder in a project will be responsible to participate in this change management. A practitioner who is practicing this project management, a sponsor who is funding for the project, a people manager who could be a resource manager, or the team which is working, or the project manager, everyone has some portion of responsibility in change management. Whereas when it comes to accountability, a person who is accountable, and I would reach definitely the project manager, what happened to the change? Is it implemented or is it rejected? I may go for this person. But when it comes to responsibility, many or people who are directly or indirectly involved in the project have to be responsible. Right? It's possible. Let's go a little more to understand some more parameters. Now, now we have two terminology. One terminology is called project management. Another terminology called as a change management. Now, which one is a superset? Which one is a subset?
Project
Project
management will
change
be a
management is
super.
a subset for project management.
Okay, this can be a subset. Can I say like that?
Yes.
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 So for now, we understood a project itself a change. Can I say like that? A project itself a change for the company. Is this true? See,
Yeah,
a
there are
company is
multiple changes.
yeah, possibly. A government is coming up with a new medicine for the COVID, and they want to spread it across to all the people. When that is a project, that's a new change in the government, and it's going to help people as a helping or value addition to the people. A new bridge construction is happening. A new software development is happening. Now, any project which is getting implemented, a project itself, a change from one state to another state, which means currently you are in a place and you are transitioning to a future state. The project itself a change. When project itself a change, a project can expect more change when it is getting implemented. So you start moving from the current state to the future state. The goal, this is the goal, and this is the vision. In order to achieve a goal and vision, definitely when you move as a project, there is a high probability that changes can be requested. Now, what are the changes can come in Shri? Changes can come from different direction. Rightly, somebody said that the uncertainty, we call it as a risk in the project, or we call as dependency. If you learn this in the part of a schedule management, we learned certain dependency. Do anyone remember the dependencies we learned in the classes? What are the dependencies you have?
External dependency, internal,
Internal, external, very
Mandatory
good.
and discretionary.
discretionary, mandatory.
Mandatory and discretionary dependencies are there. So dependencies could impact on the change. Not only dependencies, it could be something called EEF. Do anyone remember that?
Environmental factors.
Enterprise environmental factors.
Well said. Enterprise environmental factors are factors which is outside of your project, outside of your organization, where we don't have any influence on that, but that can have influence on your project. And that can also bring some changes, the government policy getting upgraded, or weather condition could stop your work. Now, there is a change possibility. Now, as rightly said, a project management is a superset. A change management can be part of that as a subset. When you handle a project with all these constraints, chances are changes keep coming in. So changes can come from external stakeholders, changes can come from internal stakeholders, changes could come from even your team members. However it is, when a change comes in, we will not straight away apply the change. Why we should not apply the change straight away? What is the reason?
It affects
Why?
the other parameters like cost,
Mhm.
schedule, and
It should
yeah.
be mutually agreed
Getting
upon
changed from the
also.
planned way.
Planned way. But
I mean,
but look at here. A project sponsor is asking for a change. Let's imagine there is a building construction happening, a villa construction happening, a beautiful villa. Villa of maybe good, a huge amount of square feet. A building is getting ready. 75% of the project work is completed. 75% completed. Okay. The sponsor is so far happy. One Sunday evening, the sponsor visits the villa, a villa. Okay. And with his family, he takes a look of the place. Now, one of the family members says that I'm looking for a balcony facing west side. Initially, it was planned on the east balcony. Now they want a balcony on the west, which was not in the plan at all. Is this possible? Is it first of all possible? Somebody will ask this question. Somebody can ask for it.
Yes.
It's possible, right?
Yes.
Highly
Yes.
possible. So the sponsor and as a family visiting the place says that I'm looking for a balcony which should be west facing. And now question to you, you being a project manager, 75% of work completed, funds keep flowing in, work is going as per the plan. I'm not going by agile, non-agile here. I'm saying that well-planned project. Now, what is your thought here? Will you take this idea immediately and start implementing from Monday? Will you do that? Which
No.
means Sunday, this team of a family came in. Sunday, they said, we want a balcony. Monday, we'll start the
No.
work. Is this okay?
no.
I'm hearing a strong no here. Why you should say no when the sponsor is ready to give you fund for this extra work? He says, I'll give money, whatever you want. Why you say no immediately?
There are other factors
Feasibility of it also we need to check.
Repeat
Feasibility.
again. What is that?
Feasibility of doing
Ah.
that change. Yep.
Okay, that's a good point, right? But one question to you, when we started the project, we did a feasibility study. Is this project doable? Do you think that feasibility is not sufficient now?
That feasibility is for the earlier plan, right? So
That is
yeah.
for the overall goal of the project, isn't it?
Yes.
Fantastic. I like the way you're saying. Okay, go ahead. So what is the feasibility right now? Can you give something on that idea?
Feasibility to make this change.
Can I call that as assessment? Can I call that I'm assessing? What I mean by assessing here is, will it have any impact on 6 constraints? What are the 6 constraints?
Scope, budget,
Talk about scope,
Schedule,
budget,
budget,
schedule,
risk, quality,
budget,
and quality.
resource,
risk,
resources.
quality, and
Resource.
resources. Right. But Shri, just now you said the sponsor is a filthy rich person, and the sponsor says, my son is asking for a balcony on the west side. I will give you whatever money you want. So can I just trust on this one constraint? It has been resolved by the sponsor. Can I straight away go and do it?
No, the
Should
architecture of
say
the building
money
will be
cannot
something
do
different,
everything.
right?
That's a point. That's a point. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Money cannot do everything. The reason is you will tell that, sir, I really like your idea. I respect your son. I respect you. But look at this. When you bring a balcony here, you're asking to do something which is not planned, where we have a big concrete wall here. If I want to demolish a portion of the wall, you are introducing a risk which can shake the building quality and ability which the building cannot sustain more than 20 years. Today, I can do this and give you a balcony, it looks good. But 5 to 6 years from now, you start seeing a cracks coming out. Can I say like this? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Possible, right? Possible.
Yes.
Or you can go other way also. You can say that's highly possible. We did an analysis, and our experts say that we have an option. It's a hollow block stones there. We can remove that hollow block stones and we can bring a balcony there. But provided it could increase a little bit on the timeline of delivery, it can increase a little bit on the cost of delivery. We need some resource which we have to import from other city. I can speak this also. Both sides it's possible. But I like the way somebody said, money cannot do everything. That's a good point. That's a good point. Now, coming back here, let's put this point together. You are initiating as a project manager, as a team member, or as a sponsor, what is a change? And you record it. Why we should record about a change which is asked in a project management? Why should we record it? What is the point of recording?
So that at later point of time, if something goes wrong, we can just discuss that it was already recorded and then
Well
followed on.
said. It is not exactly. It is not only for wrong. It is always a good practice to record any change for traceability. When I say traceability in a project like what I said about villa, it's a small house construction. It is doable. One manager, one set of people. Imagine a big hospital construction happening in Mumbai. COVID medicine distribution happening in some New York City. A subway work happening in one of a city. A big software construction work is happening for a banking system. Do you think change will come from one direction or more than one direction?
More than one.
More than one direction.
Multiple
More than one
directions.
direction, right? Multiple direction. If I don't have a proper change management system in place in a corporate, it's pretty hard for you to trace why this came in, because every change is going to have some impact on existing plan. We call as a preventive action, corrective action. If you don't do recording and you haphazard, keep changing the changes, what will happen is you will not reach the destination where you want to go. We started in one particular point and we are going for one particular destination. So changes can come, but you have to come back to your track. Changes can come, you have to come back to your track. Changes can come back to your track. If you don't have a traceability, you don't know where we started, where we are ending. So you keep adding more, you go directionless, and you don't know, is it destination here or destination is here? We don't know. So as a project manager, you have some traceability of a project changes, how it's coming in. Is it a process-oriented changes, people-oriented changes, technology-oriented changes, or scope changes? What kind of change it is? At the same time, we watch out, is this change going to be a scope creep? Do you know what is called scope creep? You know what is scope creep?
Yeah. Diluting the scope, basically.
There is a chance a customer try to give changes. In the name of changes, they start giving new requirements, new thought process, which is not aligned with the vision. Not aligned with the vision. Vision says come up with a villa. Now, the changes are coming in the place, bringing a new garage where they can do some automobile services there. They say first ask, come up with a small shed. He said, yeah, that's part of the requirement. We'll do it. Now they're saying that in the shed, introduce some electronic devices, do this, do that. And you slowly start seeing that, man, you guys are coming up with a garage, not a villa. Oh, no, it's a change. You keep adding. No, the vision is to come up a villa where you have a small garage where you can have some services to be done, but not something bringing an automobile service center itself. So in the name of change, there is a high chance they go away. So you keep a watch of what's happening, which means you accept, you reject the changes, you keep recording those changes. And rightly, somebody said here, you assess the changes. And with assessing changes, what's happening here is, I'll go a little back. With assessing changes, what is happening here is, you invite these people. Who are the people? Maybe an SME, maybe the sponsor, maybe people manager, project manager, some experts. They sit and approve on this change after going through the analysis. The analysis says it's doable. It's not doable. If it is not doable, why? If it is not doable as a time being or permanently, we can't do that. You understand those parameters and record that in the traceability. So you know that what all happened in the project. And rightly somebody said in the group, it's a lessons learned. So when I do another project, similarly, my team can learn how a change is being handled. Is this change acceptable? Not acceptable. Yeah, that's a point. Question back to people here. How many of you witnessed in your corporate there is a change management system followed, where whenever a change comes, you record it in some tool in your company?
Yes, we follow that. It is a change
Nice to know.
control if there are changes.
Nice to know. What kind of project is it? A plan-driven project or a change-driven project? What kind of model it is?
It's a plan-driven project, so like predictive
Uh-huh.
approach is followed.
Okay. So it is an internal tool in your company where you record whenever a change comes in. Is this correct?
Exactly. Yes.
You call that as a CCB, Change Control Board?
No, there's not exactly a board, so but we follow a change control process where every stakeholder gives their assessment whether that change can be accepted or not.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So do you see this is happening? What you see in the screen? Initiate a change, record the change, assess, approve, resolve. Is it happening in this order?
Yes.
Nice. Good to know. Good to know. All right. That's a good point where you go step by step, do it up, and at the same time, approval procedure goes through the right stakeholders participating. Arumugam, what's your points?
Yeah, see. So we are following the predictive approach where the change will be coming from customer or interested parties. So we'll be having a form team called a CIB, Change Implementation Board. So there we call the there will be a weekly meeting. So any changes comes, we'll note the changes. Then we'll call the cross-functional team and we'll review along with the team. So what is the change? Which document will be impact? Whether engineering, quality, production, so like that. So and also we'll have the timeline to close that actions.
Okay. So here it is something like key people participate on approving or disapproving the change. Is this correct?
Yes, Shri. Correct.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Now let me know this, Arumugam. Even though we talk very systematic approach of change management, have anyone, not only Arumugam, anyone in this room witnessed this change management procedure sometime delays your project because of the approval delay?
Yes, very much.
Very much. So it goes to the department, but the approval does not come on time, or they ask more questions. It get delayed. Is that happening?
Yeah, there are disagreements on the rationale for the change.
Yeah, okay. So we cannot tell totally it is wrong what we heard because of CCB project get delayed, because what Ananya was pointing out is a rationale being asked why this change is needed. Could be a good thing they stopped you. If it not stopped you, you would have done it and that could have impacted the project. However, this change management model still looks really good in predictive model of projects. Still, it has a lot of critics. People say that it's a time-consuming process. And this is not highly appreciated in another model of project management. What is another model? What is another model?
Adaptive model.
Adaptive model. In adaptive model, people are not happy to go to change management in this procedure. Then what they do? First of all, change is applicable in Agile way?
More applicable.
More applicable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened in Agile? In Agile, what happens? So what I heard now is there'll be more. Let's see some of them. Let's understand through principle. What are they? I have marked the three points here. So principle 2, principle 4, and principle 10. Let's not worry too much on all the principles. Let's at least look at the principle number 2. What is the principle number 2 is pointing on change management? Can someone read the principle?
Welcome changing requirements even late in development. Agile processes harness change for the customer's competitive advantage.
Thanks a lot for reading out. So here you are not saying we will stop your change, because in predictive model, they try to reduce the change, but here they're welcoming the change. It's a totally opposite to what we had in a predictive model. Now, when you say welcoming change, that too late in development. You come however late you are, we'll accept change. Is it a pure advertisement or it is a reality in Agile?
Yes, it happens.
It
There
happens.
is
It
there is
happens.
a
It is a
probability of
reality
change
in
in scope.
Agile.
Reality in Agile. But at the same time, the same lie says why we have to do this. Why we have to do this? For what? For the advantage of the customer. When somebody is coming with the change, it is not just for fun they're coming for the change, isn't it? They come for a change because there is a need for them. You order something for your house. Maybe you order a furniture for your house. And after 1 week of ordering, you go to the same center and say that, hey, can you make some change in the furniture shape? We thought we'll keep a square or a rectangle one. Later, we found we have kids at home, the edges could hit on their head. So, can you make it as a oval in the edges? Okay, and this guy says, sir, you already made an order 2 weeks back and we started the work. We can't stop it. Is this possible? Can you hear this kind of dialogue? Yeah,
Yes.
you say, come on, guys, we are going to pay 50,000 or 60,000 for a good woodwork, and you're going to say, no, yeah, dining table stays in a home for at least 10 to 15 years. And today it's a kid, tomorrow it could be me, myself, hit on the edge. Or we don't want the edge. Or somebody says, in our house, we found a kitchen is like this, and the food area is like this. We don't want a corner there. We want a oval shape there. Sorry, sir, we can't do any change. Now, what do? You accept what it is. It is how it was for so many years. But now the market is moving to the customer centricity, the word called customer centricity. What is customer centricity? You are looking for a customer's competitive advantage. But see what I mean here, we made a table already. You want me to cut the table and come back to the same shape, and that's going to be expensive, man. That's going to be expensive. But the market says that there is no point in giving a work by scope, by time, by money, but it doesn't make any value. If this value is not met, even though you give as per the requirement, even though you give by schedule, even though you give within money, if your customer is not happy, then I think you lost the game. But Shri, you only said customer gave that requirement, then that guy comes and says, change it. Man, that's going to stupid work. It's not a stupid work. If somebody comes with the customer competitive advantage, at least listen to them. Understand what it is. Definitely, when you say the cost will go high because of this change, I don't think any customer says no for it. If they say no for it, that's a bad way of treating stakeholders. That's a different story, not in this topic. So in this topic, the point here is when the customer or someone is coming for a change, if it's a competitive advantage, if it is within the vision of the product, chances are Agile team says, we welcome the changes. Well, that's good. That's good. But okay, let's leave the dining table. Let's go for some of the major projects happening in the market in Agile, specifically in information technology, where changes are going to float in like this. My team will be clueless. You guys keep on giving changes. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Yesterday you said something, tomorrow you're saying something. Man, that's confusing me. For that reason, Agile has a principle number 4. Can somebody read the principle number 4? Principle number 4.
Business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project.
Thanks a lot for reading out. So in this principle, they say the business people and the developing people. Here, even late in the development, you can bring the change. But what is happening beautifully here is I'm bringing the business people. Who is the business people? The customer representative, the customer himself. Business people and developer work together daily throughout the project. When they are working daily throughout the project, when a change is being proposed here, it may not be a stupid change, isn't it? When somebody is sitting inside your house for the dining table, that guy knows what's a problem in your house. When a change comes, they can realize the problem. Yeah, I have seen in their house, they have 3 kids. The age of 5, 4, 3, 6 are there. They definitely go hit on the corner. That's going to be an injury for them. And somebody works with you daily, they know the problem. They understand how change is impacting, how change can be done. And for this, Agile came with this idea, don't leave your customers away from you, make your customers sit with you. And that's a big, big mindset change in 2001. And it was proposed for information technology. Now, without no doubt, every industry is liking this. They're saying that, guys, it makes sense, man. They said, man, it's written for software. Come on, guys, that's what the problem we have right now. Changes are coming up as all. We don't know how to handle it. Then what to do? Put the customer inside your office. Let them sit with you. Let both of us talk daily. When I talk daily, chances are the conflict goes away. Chances are mismanagement goes away. Chances are we understand what you mean by change. And this happened really well in Agile. But Shri, how does it work, man? Let's see that also. Okay, look at this. Now in Agile, we have something called backlog. Do anyone remember that word backlog?
Yes, the
Yes.
list of items which
Yeah.
needs to be done.
Work orders.
Amazing, very rightly said. It's a collection of requirements at this point of time. So in a backlog, you can see certain things. Of course, you can see here is a bigger box and slowly it gets smaller. You can see it's cut into smaller. Do you see that the size difference? Which means it's a huge requirement where you can call it as epic or you can call as feature. Maybe further you tune it, it can become as a user story at the top. Okay. That's not the intention of discussion here. The discussion here is a business person whom I showed in principle number 4, a business person who can delete, which thinks this requirement doesn't make sense. And the team refine it. When I say refine it, they polish it. They get more details of it. And there is something called reprioritization happening. Item which we thought a 7th item will become a 5th item to be delivered. A new item getting inserted here. This was not discussed before, but it's coming in. Some estimations are happening. If you watch, all these things or changes are done by purposefully team members will do, but the accountability goes to somebody. Who's this accountability goes to in backlog maintenance?
Product owner.
Product owner. Is this product owner a customer representative? Can I say like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Customer representative, because this person knows something called VOC. What does VOC stands for?
Voice of the
Voice
customer.
of
Voice of
customer.
customer.
Voice of the customer. So if somebody from American Express, somebody from the furniture store, somebody working from a software which is for the banking system, or somebody working in an industry, automobile, where they need the real customer feel, when the voice of the customer, they bring a change. Now go back to the principle number 2. When a change comes in, when they insert a new item, this new item, I can understand it's inserted by a product owner who is the voice of the customer for the customer's competitive advantage. This guy is not blindly inserting something. This person cannot consider as stupid. A sensible person who knows voice of the customer from automobile industry, from pharmaceutical industry, for a banking domain, from a furniture store. Now this guy inserts something makes sense. I believe him. If doesn't make sense, we as a team improve. What is the principle number 12 in Agile? What's the principle number 12 in Agile?
Meet at regular intervals to don't
You're
remember
right.
the
You're right.
exact words.
You're right. You're right. At regular intervals, the team reflects how to become more effective. When they use the word team, it could even have the people who are working the core job needed. A product owner could be there, not mandatory. And you have a scrum master, and these people are called knowledge workers. They know they can improve. If they failed by introducing a change which doesn't make sense, these guys will question. They are not a blind guys. Look at the Excel sheet and keep on working. They'll question you back. Why you brought that change? That change doesn't make sense at all. Because of that change, we have now 17 bugs introduced in the system. Shakes, man, that's bad. They talk. They're transparent. They're open. They do a face-to-face communication. They convey the message clearly. And this approach came in the year 2001. Don't think you don't know this. It's in your company already. You may follow predictive model, but this approach is highly expected. You may follow predictive model, but this approach is appreciated. You may follow predictive model, but its changes are appreciated. And that's the way the market is moving. However, even in agile projects, what I've seen in companies, what they do here is they have a change management system. When a change comes in, they record it in a system. This I keep seeing that because it's called a hybrid model. When I say hybrid model, you have a model of recording the change, then they assess the change. After assessing, they approve the change. It goes through, but in a very agile way, having the business people. It's company to company, how do you want to use it? But the message is predictive model follows a systematic approach because a change coming in can bring a lot of disaster. Your risk is high, your cost is going to be high. So you be very careful on making such changes. At the same time, you will not blindly tell, I will not do the change. You do the change because of the customer's competitive advantage, specifically when you move to agile. When you're doing a product which has a lot of uncertainty, then changes can start floating in. That's where agile comes in. Now, question to you. Do you think change should be ignored or change should be analyzed? What's your thought?
Should be analyzed.
Should be analyzed.
Analyze, right? Now, let me ask you this question. You are all planning for a PMP examination or agile examination. Your examination, you fix a date. Is a change possible?
Yes.
Yes, possible.
Yes, yes, possible.
Multiple times, right? Already
Yeah.
you planned one date and you change the date. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. When a change happened, that change could be initiated by you, or that change could be from external parameters, some family function or something is coming up. So change when came in, I don't think you blindly accepted. You analyzed it. So you will analyze and you see the priority. Many times PMP becomes the last priority. Is this true? PMP exam comes last priority. When a change comes in, a family festival is coming up, your function is coming up, that comes a high priority. Of course, that's very important. But PME goes a last priority until your senior manager says, if you don't do this, I won't give promotion. High priority. Huh? So it purely depends on how you look into this product, but change goes through a systematic analysis, assess it, and then you go for approval. Great job. Did you learn something on change today?
Yes.
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 All right,
Yes,
all
Shri.
right. We know top of the time running faster. I have a question. Meantime, if anyone have a question, please keep it prepared.
Shri,
Let's
I
go.
have one question regarding the change management itself. Actually, in the
Please,
Rita book, actually, in the Rita book
please.
itself, actually, regarding change, it is mentioned. Actually, we have corrective, we have a preventive, and we have an issue repair. Okay, three things. So how issue repair and corrective, I couldn't make any difference.
Corrective, preventive, and defect repair. Is that correct?
Issue repair, yeah.
Not issue, defect. Issue is different.
Defect repair. Defect, yes.
Okay. Let me say that your current November batch.
Yes, Shri. My exam is on 30th.
All right, let's quickly see this part. If you see here, corrective action. Are you seeing the screen what I'm sharing?
Yes.
When you say corrective action, you adjust the performance of the project work. When you say correction, you are doing correction on the plan what you made. Okay, this could be based on CPI or SPI or could be resource availability. It go further down. So point is you are correcting the plan what you made and you're making some correction to bring things on track. Is this possible in the plan you make some corrections?
Yeah,
make some
possible. We need to go to that. Change management.
You made a plan on time, you made a plan on money, but doesn't work that way. You make some corrections, which means you made some mistakes, you correct it. Preventive action. Ensure the future performance. If my CPI is running less than 0.8 or I'm not performing as per the schedule, you start doing some forecast. You may add more resources. You may do compression technique. You do something in your plan. Why you do that? You're going to prevent which could fail in the future. Correction is what you return is not correct. You change it. Prevention is you are upgrading your plan so that it does better in the future. Both are on the plan what you did. Got it, right? Then comes a defect. Defect will happen on the plan or on the product.
On the product.
On the product. Modify a non-conformance with the project. You give a product or a service, but that is not meeting what to be done. Now you have to introduce a change. The change is you have to go back and tell that, guys, this product should have 6 Sigma standard. But what the team did it? They did a 3 Sigma standard. Now you have to do the change and come back and do the work. And that needs extra time, money, people. Is this possible? Possible?
Yes.
Now, what you see, corrective and preventive action could be on the plan what you made. You correct your plan, you prevent your plan. Defect could be a defect is introduced when the checking and testing is happening. They're saying that this is not as per the standard. Now that non-conformance come back to you. When come back to you, what do you do? It's not a free service, right? You need people, you need time, you need money. You have to do correction on the plan again. But that plan will come through defect in the product. Corrective preventive action is on the variance. If you learned in the class, you learned something called schedule variance, cost variance. If you remember that. If there is a variance in the way what we are doing, you correct your variance. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
All right. Imagine it's put like this. You are planning to, you plan to travel from one country to another country. In the plan itself, there is something wrong. You cannot go to the destination on time. So you make a correction on the plan. You make a correction on the plan. If I go by this particular route, get to the airport on this time, I can get it. You make a correction. While in the airport, you realize something can happen in the long because of some flight delays. You start reworking on your plan. You start prevention. Let me not get on this particular airport. I'll get on another airport. You start recorrecting it. Correction is something you adjust your plan. Prevention is you start looking for forecasting. If this is the way it is, what will happen next week? You start looking for next term. Defect is something's totally wrong. You missed your passport at your home. It should be there. You missed it. You have to go back. Now that will bring a lot of change in your whole plan. But defect is something you missed it. It should be done, but it's not there. It's on the product. It's on the service. Okay. Hope you got that.
Yeah.
Then let's listen to R. Mugan. Oh, great. And keep me posted on your scores regularly. R. Mugam, what's yours?
Yeah. See, I have one question. Like you written like CPA and SPI. What is that operation?
Oh, R. Mugam, which batch you are?
February.
I think a long time. Once upon a time, Armugam, you missed it. Cost performance index. You do remember that in cost management?
Yes. Okay.
There is cost performance index, schedule performance index. It talks about if I give you $1, how much you give me back. That's an index.
Yeah.
Good.
I remember.
Now it's triggering for you.
Yes. And second point, see this one. Now, after that 9001 2015, the standard has been revised. So they removed the preventive action. So they started calling corrective action short term and long term. So whatever the corrective action long term, they have put it in the preventive action. So is that similar way here also? We need to call it, or how it should be in the preventive action only?
For now, they're using the same terminology. Where you said it got corrected?
The standard ISO 9001 2015. So since that standard prepared based on the risk, each and every activity we need to identify the risk, and we should have that mitigation plan. So like the standard has been revised,
so they are
and remove that preventive action.
When you say preventive action removed, then how do they look for the long run?
Yeah, they put it into correct action and long-term action. So long-term action.
Well, the English word has been changed. That's it.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think preventive is a better English than long-term.
Yeah.
I feel preventive is a better English, right? You prevent something. That's a good English. Anyway, that's okay. But here we are still following the same terminology at present until next version of the book comes out.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you.
Cool. I have one question to share, but let me give audience chances also. Do anyone have a question to talk? Bring it up. Akhil has something. Yes, Akhil, please go ahead. Akhil, I saw your hands up.
Hi sir. I was going through this mock exam. So I couldn't solve this question. Let me share
Yeah.
my screen.
Please. Dinesh Raja Ruban, you have a good car.
Thank you, Shri.
Which city is that? City or mountain or a lake? What it is?
Actually, it is in Switzerland.
Switzerland. You took you are living in Switzerland and you got a new car. Is this the message?
No, I'm living in Germany, but I went there for vacation. And it's
Okay.
a river or lake called Brains.
Okay.
Near to that.
I think more than a river, your car is being more attractive there. Want to click a picture?
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice. Nice. Good one. Yes, Akil, please read the question.
Yes, sir. How do I shift this? Okay. An emergency vaccine rollout project should be deployed to vaccination centers as soon as confirmed locations are booked. Factors such as delayed batch shipments, safety protocols, and target age groups may block the deployment at the last minute. However, the deployment process does not vary after passing the toll gate to begin setup at a new location. Which project approach would best support the goal to maximize the number of centers deployed?
Okay, maximize the number of centers deployed. More to be done. Okay, so what was your approach? Yes,
no, I didn't have any approach. I just hit the answer B. I chose the answer B, option B.
A set of agile deployment iterations embedded in a predictive set of processes. Okay. When you choose this answer, what was running in your mind? By the question, what problem you understood?
So the only thing running in my mind was that it is not a fully predictive life cycle, neither it is fully agile.
It's going to be
It's
hybrid.
a hybrid approach. Only that was in my mind, nothing else.
Okay. Okay. So, right. Why this question came here? What is your debate on this question?
How do I approach this question? And
before go to the answer in this kind of question, it's a methodology choosing question. Until you don't understand the question itself, it's so tough to get an answer. Now our eyes are trying to read C and B to see which one can be good. We are trying to play with the English word.
Yes.
Let's go by the question first. In the question, what you understood? Is it two companies involved or one company involved or internal company? What is happening here? An emergency vaccine rollout project should be deployed to vaccination centers as soon as confirmed locations are booked. So is it, let's keep a company A. Okay, they want to roll out it. Okay. There are some blockers given there. Factors such as a delayed batch shipment, safety protocols, and target age groups may block the deployment at the last minute. They give a hint. Something could block you. However, the deployment process does not vary. I think this is an important area to read out. Deployment process does not vary after passing the toll gate to begin setup at a new location. They're not going to change the process. Process is going to be same. Which project approach would best support the goal to maximize the number of centers deployed? Instead of 10 centers, they want to do 100 centers. Which one to go? Now, when you read this last two lines, don't think of agile, don't think of a project, anything. Now you think yourself, if we are a team going to do this, how we want to increase to many centers. Or look at it this way, the last but one line says, however, the deployment process does not vary. Can I tell that's going to be well planned and predictive model?
Yes.
Okay, in this question, you're saying one portion, which is deployment process does not vary. When I say deployment process, could be distributing the medicine to the set of people. It's a systematic approach. You check people voter ID or the license, some information, and you check their age, and you're going to give it. Okay, that there is no change in that. You're going to repeat the same. Now the point is they want to see that how can they maximize to the number of centers. So I'm not going to worry on implementation, which is clear on predictive. Now, if I go by the explanation, let's read the explanation. Can you read the explanation once?
A predictive approach within agile processes is correct because the deployments follow an unchanging sequence. Maximizing deployments would require handling as many parallel deployments as possible given a set of changing conditions processed in agile way.
So first, are you from the question, however, the deployment process does not vary. You see that is a fixed, predictive, well-planned way. That is clear for you?
Yes.
Very good. Now you have to go to multiple centers and you have to maximize a center. Now, when I say maximizing a center, this is getting a little complex because I don't have a requirement clarity. I don't have a technical clarity. I will get to know only when I get closer to that. They say maximize the center, but center could be, imagine I'm doing this in India, in Mumbai. In Mumbai, I know once I go to Juhu, I can do this. I know that. Juhu is the only center. I have many centers to do, but I'm not having clarity of the requirement, what the center needs. And technical parameter, I don't have clarity. So chances are I will use more agile approach there. I will go closer, iteratively, incrementally, I'll understand better and start enlarging to multiple centers. That I will do. But if I find one center, I'm clear what to do. If I put 10 people, put a table there, some school teachers can be invited. They start distributing the medicine. They have to check the ID card, give the medicine. That's very clear. That is a center process. The answer could be saying that set of predictive deployment sequence. That's very clear. By elimination technique, if you remove other answers, you get the answer C. A set of predictive deployment sequence. Some school teachers having a table, set of medicines, they check the ID card, give the medicine. Check the ID card, give the medicine. Very sequence. Whereas from Juhu center, I have to go to center west of Mumbai, east of Mumbai, center of Mumbai. That I need agile process. I have to understand better them, then I choose adaptive approach. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
But this question, within 1 minute answering is a tough for you. How to look out this question is when they give the last sentence there, however, the deployment process does not vary. That's a key for you. Once you understood that point, now you have to go to the selection criteria in the bottom.
Yes. Got
A fully predicted life cycle, gone. D, a fully agile life cycle, gone. Straight away, A and D gone. So competition is between B and C. In B and C, set of agile deployment iteration. You understood just now in the line, deployment process will not change. Then why I should use deployment and iteration? You should ask this question. You will get a clue that, deployment is clear. Imagine there is a school teacher, a table, distribution is going to happen. I don't think I need agile there. By imagining some picture for answering such question, chances are you may get it.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you, sir.
No, I'm not trying to answer you for this question. I know, Akhil, we are in chat regularly. I'm just trying to say that not only for Akhil, for everyone, when you read a question, this kind of question, I know it's not that easy within 1 minute bringing a brain to think an example, but see if you can think some example. Vaccination is one of the example, okay? You can see yourself, what if I'm living in Mumbai or Kolkata or New York when I have a set of people like this, and what will happen? See, while I'm talking, example could have come for me within 30-40 seconds. But for you in exam hall with the pressure, it won't come. I completely agree with you. But see, as much possible, you can put a real situation. I just gave a clue that a teacher, a table, why I gave that is, your brain starts thinking that. So when you start thinking in that way, that is a situation understanding. When you understand the situation, chances are you get close to the answer. Yeah. Good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I know I want to talk more, but the time is running faster today. The clock is fast today. Okay, then I will stop not bringing the question today. Then rather I listen to some more people if I can help. Then we can go for the final round. Any other questions here from the people? Close to the exam in 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Hey Shri, this is Sudhanshu.
Hey Sudhanshu, how's it going?
Uh, Going all good, sir. My exam is on next Saturday, that is 23rd of December. Okay.
All right.
It's just another I'm from October batch. I think we are connected on WhatsApp also, right? And
Yes.
my scores are consistent, but the last mock which I gave full marks, it was
Mm-hmm.
69. The first I was in 74, it's 69. I'm giving the third mock Monday tomorrow. All right. I just hope I recover it from 69 to at least 70 parts. So yeah. Last week guidance, I would be reaching out to you on WhatsApp to help me out. And yeah.
Yeah, I remember your chats. I don't think you have to worry about your score.
Okay.
If you're worried about a 69, there are people looking at you. What? Are you kidding me? So because that's a very good score what you're doing now. But the last few days, I have to give you some area to focus. I think that's what he heard in the success story today, the
Yeah.
people area.
Okay.
Usually give some bullet points to work out on the last few days. The key bullet point would be used to focus on stakeholder, team, resource, agile. Right? Those are the areas you have to focus. You'll brush up some content. You'll practice some chapter tests in ShriLearning, and you analyze those questions very well. That doesn't mean you miss other areas. Other areas you can just look at, but this area you give more attention.
Okay.
Yeah. To answer you, I would say that you no need to worry on your preparation now. You are in a good state. Just be where you are right now. That's sufficient to clear the exam.
Okay.
Yeah. And we will get on the call in another couple of days. 23rd is your exam, right?
Yeah. Saturday, 11:30.
Yeah.
I'm from Bangalore, so probably in the Lal Bagh Center. Yeah.
Lal Bagh, right? Let's plan 21st to get on the call.
I'll call you.
So
I'll ping you.
yeah, give me a message. Let's get on the call. Meantime, in the WhatsApp, give me a hello. I will give you some set of bullet points what you have to work out for next 4-5 days.
Sure.
And you can focus on that area. That will give you confidence.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm sure you heard about the success stories here. Some people
Yeah.
could not sleep and anxiety.
Trust me, when I got 69, right? Because the finish was less, right? I couldn't. Last 4-5 days, Vinay mentioned and Madhulata mentioned, I'm getting same kind of vibes now. I was pretty confident from last couple of months, but as the day is approaching, right? Sense of anxiety plus excitement. So that thing's going on. It's natural.
It happens. It happens. You cannot watch a TV program happily. You can't eat well. It's something
Always
like
back of the
proposing.
mind. Being on back of the mind. You do anything, right? It keeps on running. Okay. So
it happens. I'm completely with you. It happens. I completely understand the situation you're going through. But to make you a little clear, I'll tell that your scores, what it is right now, it's pretty sufficient to clear the main exam, except we get too panic on close to the exam. That should not happen. For that reason, I'll give you some bullet points to work on. Just do that. You gain more confidence. I can hit the exam easily.
yeah. So the last mock, I'm trying to give the third mock. When should I give in? It's on Saturday. So when do you suggest me? Should I give on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday?
Yeah, don't go very close to the main exam. Don't do a full exam. Do at least 2-3 days or 4 days before the main exam. So you have sufficient time to just relook at the answers. Close to the exam, don't do any full exam. You give it maybe short exams, 40, 60 or 10 questions. That's sufficient. But your scale of preparation, I think you have an Excel sheet, right? You have a sheet
Yeah,
of.
absolutely. Yeah.
I
I have
remember
been
it.
close to 1160 questions, right? Close
I
to
saw that
540 questions, right? So consistently it is past 70, right? So
you are systematic, man. I don't have any concerns with you. When I saw your report already at the Excel sheet, I think I saw maybe a month before or somewhere it's shared.
Absolutely.
People systematic approach, PMP is on your table already.
It's natural. The days are coming closer, right?
That's natural. Even though I give the confidence you are good, the fear will be there.
Sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I forgot that. So, but when you put the papers, okay, it comes back. But while you normal, it feels like you're forgetting.
Okay. So it happens that even close to the exam, you get a feel you're not remembering. But I think that's what she mentioned, right? Madhu was mentioning that don't memorize, and just understanding is sufficient. If you're not understood, your scores will not be good right now, which means your understanding is good. But for that, I will not leave the last 1 week free. I will keep it tight packed. I'll give you some schedule to do. You do that schedules, bullet points. I have 6 bullet points I'll give you. Just follow that step by step, and I'm sure your confidence will be high.
Thank
Okay?
you. I'll ping in the WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Amazing. Great. And yeah, good wishes. Keep me posted.
Yeah, sure.
Gayatri, go ahead.
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, I have one question you should not laugh after hearing. I'm getting like I took one mock test of 40 questions and I got 38%. Okay. And but like when I joined, I thought like I should take exam by January of next year. So still, is it possible? Like say for suppose if I have 5 days a week.
Possible.
Possible.
Nothing to laugh here. Nothing to laugh here. At least you are speaking out. There are many people don't speak, they don't prepare. So be happy that you are able to do this. When you say January, are you having any date in your mind already?
Yeah, before 25th January.
25th. Oh, that's a solid time, right? 1 month is a solid time. You can work it out. Let me listen to the second part, what you want to say. You said how much of time you want to work out in a week?
Yeah, per week if I have 4 days, like say for suppose I thought of taking 3 days leave along with Saturday, so it's like 4 days a week. If I have time, then is it possible?
Highly possible. May I know your overall job experience?
Yeah, 7.5.
7 point. Anytime you are into decision making in project management?
Yeah,
You're doing it. Very
like
good.
I coordinate few projects.
Nice to know.
Yeah,
Good to know. How about agile flavor?
Agile only basics of it, like we do daily stand-ups, retrospectives.
That's fine. That's enough. What else you expect? That's what agile is all about. Okay, good. You have 7 years and you have a little bit decision making and coordinating, and you're an agile. So one side of basement is good for you. The second side of basement is you said at least 4 days in a week you can work out. Okay. So the knowledge, the skill set is good for you. Now your intention and the passion is good for you. Now you have to work out on being consistent. That is what will make you better. So these two are good for you. You're not bad, you're good. Now you have to start building on top of it. When you say 4 days, you stick to that very clearly. Draft a plan for 25th of January. Share with me in the WhatsApp. At least I know that what is your plan. And then start preparing for it. So if I want to give a rough idea for you, at least by January 10th, you should have been done with your book.
Okay.
One reading. Read 11 or read 10, you are done with the book. And by Jan 11th on, you should start with your 40 questions and 60 questions answering. You should be answering those question papers. And you start analyzing your gap area. That should happen for 10 to 15 days. You have to keep at least 2 weeks with you for only answering questions, answering question, analyzing. In this, you take many 40 questions and 60 questions, at least 3 full exams. If you take 4, nice. If you take at least 3 full exams, that's good for you.
Okay. Yep. So then when should I start this application process?
Application, you can start even from today.
Okay.
Which batch you are from, Gayatri?
This November batch, sir.
November. Yesterday you were part of the class?
Yeah.
Okay. End of the class, we discussed about what to do for the application.
Yeah. I lost in between, like.
No problem. Listen to the recording one more time. Go to the last Q&A session in the yesterday class. We discussed about how to fill the form. It should be 20 minutes of discussion. Listen to that and follow the same process. I think already I started doing many applications. You can also start sending application. We'll proceed on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll reach out.
Perfect. And by the way, that's a good point. What you said, nothing to laugh here. Your scores 38 is completely fine. That's how it starts.
Okay.
Completely fine. Go ahead and work on improving your question reading ability, subject knowledge. Gradually, it will happen. When you come to January 10 and 15, you start getting better. But this is how it starts. But keep me posted regularly what's happening.
Yeah, okay, sure. Because I thought of planning my leaves. So that's why I was like confused whether I can do it or not. Like, am I over expecting about myself?
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Right? Good wishes. All right.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Good. Then I have 3 people. I'll quickly attend it before I have to go to the next session. Darshana, go ahead.
Hello, Shri. I'm audible.
Hey. Audible?
Okay, Shri. So I am actually from April batch, but I have actually started sincerely studying with all possible constraints, I would say. October this year. Initially, there were a lot of other personal things I could not start studying. I just have this feeling, and I really want you to tell me, is it normal? What is happening is I'm giving exam. I'm trying to give the answer right way, and I'm always confused between two answers. And what happens is I don't know, it's my bad luck. The one I choose is wrong, and the other one which I thought could be right and I didn't choose turns out to be right, and that's happening for some time now. I've been like struggling. Is it something which will go away over the period of time? Is it something people experience, or how do I get out of that? Because after I get these answers, I see, oh, okay, so that was supposed to be right and I didn't choose. That happens.
That's called analysis, right? You did analysis. Oh, that should be right, which means you noted down why you don't choose the correct answer. Did you do that?
Yeah. I get confused. I feel both are right, and then I try to just give importance to one of them, and then turns out to be the other one is more important.
It's not only you, Darshana. In this room, you will get, not only in this room, any room you go, 80% people will be like that because both answer looks closer. Now, when you're targeting your exam, Darshana?
22nd next month.
Right. You have sufficient time. Have you done reading the book at least once?
I have done reading APG because I was not a agile person, so I really feel like a bit scared with APG. So I keep reading more and more agile. Rita, I have finished almost, I would say 50-60%. I still have
Which version? Which version?
10.
Okay, very good. So you're in a good shape for the content reading. That's nice. Now complete rest of the book in Rita, and then proceed the same process what you said. You rightly said in the conversation. Over a period, it will improve. Yes, it will improve. Now you have to take your time to analyze the point what you said, why that answer is right, why this answer is wrong. That you have to note down in a white paper. You have to tell that in risk management, I'm not aware of this. Because of this, I'm choosing wrong answer. The more you note down in the paper, and that white paper should be a sheet which you have to go through. Okay, this I have to read, this I have to learn, this I have to learn. You have to sit and work on it. If you can do that for at least 10-15 days, your basement is clear. After some time, the same model only keep repeating. So you get better. So question analysis is very important. Completing the book reading is important. Possible, listen the class recording also. That's important.
I started re-listening my April batch recordings, almost on my 4th recording now. And one last thing I wanted to ask, because I don't know, my interpretation is wrong. What I do this weekly, I get 60 or 40 questions. I just try to do one per week. Is it by any chance if I try to give another exam of that 60 or 40 question, would I get a different question paper, or it just gets refreshed weekly or something? My basics are not clear here. I'm sorry.
Okay, we have a big question bank. So every time in a day, if you click 10 times, you get 10 question paper, 10 different question paper.
Okay, so I can try and keep giving as maybe at least once a day, 40 questions or 60 questions.
Possible, but it is not always answering the question. It will improve your knowledge. You have to analyze. That's very important.
Yes.
Even if you take once and sit and analyzing is very important.
Sure. Understood.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good. Keep going and keep me posted on your progress.
Sure.
Fantastic. Then let's quickly go to Nitish.
Hey, hi, Shri.
Hi.
So actually my exam is scheduled on 27th of Jan. And so currently I'm on the last chapter, integration. I sent you a message chat this morning. And I just want to know like how exactly I should approach if I want to keep any like weekly targets for me. How many exams of 60 per
Not
week?
a weekly target you have to work out. Since you have 40 days with you, now you should target to first complete reading the full content.
Okay.
And you start practicing the questions, chapter-wise questions you can practice, and you can practice a 40 question or a 60 question until at least January 10 or some timeline. After that, you have to practice 180 questions. You have to take a 180 question to see how is your patience to sit for 4 hours. When you answer 180 question, chances are after 90 question, your brain stops not performing well. You start answering all the wrong answers. Those things you have to understand. For that reason, you have to spend time on 180 questions. So now on, it should be like completing the subject reading, taking small exams like 40 questions, 60 questions, and 180 questions. So next 1 month, that will be your whole job.
Okay. And also, before my exam, I'm planning to take a week's holiday. So, what are the things that I should keep until, that for that last week?
Yeah, I'll let you know. You'll be in touch with me. First,
Yes.
start with your current progress. When you come close to 10, 15 days, we'll be in touch. We're going to have every week you join here in the class. We'll go last week and tell you what are the bullet points you have to do. Not now. Let's give time to do the basics now. Close to the exam, I'll let you know what to do.
Understood.
Right?
All right, Shri. Thank you.
Great. Hitesh.
Hi, Shri. I'm connected with you. I connected with you today morning as well. So I'm progressing as per the plan. I have halfway analyzed the first mock that I given yesterday. I plan to give 2 more mocks for the final, which is scheduled on 30th December. I have less than 2 weeks, so I'm slightly nervous, but the scores that I have, it's favoring me. But I hope that I continue to progress on that track.
Yes, I don't have any concerns with you because you are in a good form. Just maintain the form. Did I give you some bullet points to work out in the last 5 to 10 days?
Yes, you did.
Please go through that and specifically give an eye on Agile and the people domain, and that will be good enough for you right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fear will be there. I always say this one: feel the fear, but do it.
Right.
Okay. Fear will be there. Everyone has a fear. Feel the fear, but do it. Which means you practice questions and analyze those questions very well. On top of the time permits per day, if you can read 5, 10 words from definitions or the Agile practice guide, that will give more confidence. When you read a question, you get that word, you get an idea. Oh, that's what it is. That will be useful for you. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Shri.
Perfect. Great. I know today we went too long, nearly close to 2 hours. But still, I think it's useful for people. We got success stories, we got subject knowledge, we got some questions discussed. I really appreciate everyone for participating today. And next week, again, we'll join for the Sunday prayer. People who cleared exam in this week, come back next week. We'll talk about your success. Okay, good. And thanks a lot. To catch you in the next session. See you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Shri. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shri.
Shri. Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye.